Okay, yes. Looks like we're going live now, huh? Yeah. Alright. Got a little bull wackies in the background playing, I'd like to give praise to the elders on this winter solstice day, 21st December. Yes. Oh, yes. Every day is the day should be given thanks to. And everybody deserves respect, all peoples. Now, I've done a lot of videos before, and a lot of stuff I put on the internet has been very dogmatic. And I like to not clarify it, and I'm not taking back a word I said. I mean what I say. And I say the things that I say because I want to be somewhat of an asset to society. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to be a father. I never intended for my children to be raised to disrespect me and disassociate themselves away from me. But so it go. Everybody's going to answer for their deeds. The wretches that had these children to raise them against me, you will answer for your deeds just like I'm going to answer for mine. I'm ready for judgment anytime. But another thing, it's like I said, I want to put this in perspective. The reason why I'm saying this to you children is that I don't want you. I'm going to give you the reasons why I feel the way I feel and the mistakes I made. Now, a lot of mistakes I made with the mothers of these children that they could not understand is that I'm not going to raise a pink flag and walk around with a jar of grease. I'm not going to grease up to a system that's demonic, illegal, de facto, and unlawful, and it is purposely turning people against one another. But there's a reason why these things happen. And it's not just because they thought up in their head to do it. People who are running the system now, they're like monkeys in sports cars. Monkeys cannot drive sports cars, so you got to take the monkey out and put real people in the sports cars. This goes across the board. This doesn't matter what religion, race, creed. Everybody has put forth their vibes that have caused good and have caused bad. Certain people feel guilty about things that have happened in the past. They've happened in the past. We should learn from them, but not feel guilty. Nobody should feel guilty for slavery. Nobody should feel guilty for holocausts. There were more holocausts in America than had ever happened to the so-called Khazarians. They had an empire that was vast. And the reason why the empire was so vast is because it was multi-racial, multicultural, and it was global. They fractionalized only. Now listen now closely. The problems that we have now are going on because we want to see how far we can take a physical existence to its lowest sociological point, to where it's almost devouring itself, which is where we're at now. Now we're going to emerge from that, and you children are the ones that are going to do that. Remember, electromagnetic construction, okay? Remember, hydropower. All these things are already set up right here in San Francisco where I'm broadcasting this. And I want to give shouts out to Germany, Deutschland, Doncasen, and to the people in Kemet, Egypt, who watch my videos. I thank you. But I'm reaching out to everybody. India, Brazil, England. You got to remember one thing. We're on this planet together. We have these physical frames and the diversity between them, and the ideologies, the personalities, the individual choices to balance out how we interact with each other with our free will. Now, you children have a golden opportunity because you're children. You don't have these prejudices. You see each other, you don't care what the next one is. You just want to play and have fun. That's how we all should be doing as adults. But we refuse to do this. It's not that we cannot do it. It's not that we refuse to do it. And we refuse to do it because of stupidity. Me being stupid enough to think that I could be a father to children from women that hated me. You see how stupid that was to even attempt it? And me not being intelligent enough not to impregnate these females and deal with the weight of my heart now because of these interactions. And what hurts mainly too is that I love them. I don't dislike the mothers. I dislike what has happened, but it's happened for a reason, to teach me about myself, and I take it as that. But here's the thing. All these troubles, we bring back the source. I know within my heart, my eye within, I know that I try to render truth to my children at all points. I know that I try to render truth everywhere I go to everybody. And I'm not going to stop this because this is what I am. So on that night, look, I said something about solutions. We have a lot of people who are homeless, a lot of people who are strung out on drugs, a lot of problems, social issues. We can solve them very easily. You see, we have a lot of empty space. It can be cleaned up by the people who are in the streets. A lot of these people who are in the streets will work, but they don't have the opportunity to really do anything that they can see that their hands will bring forth anything profitable for them. They put out their labor, but they got to give it back to the corporation or to keep the corporation flowing. The corporation is in gear to force you to see that we need one another and that we can utilize this system, which is a good system. We haven't utilized it yet. We put politicians in office to do things that they're not qualified to do. And we think the ESP have connections to us and we can automatically just do what we want. No, we have to navigate things where they'll be done the right way. The system is geared so that the people make it work. The government is for the people, by the people. Okay? We have to make it work. The people do, not the politicians, not the corporations, not the religions. So we can't blame them. We have an empty space that's open. We have what is known as the Universal Declaration of Indigenous People. The Universal Declaration of Rights of Indigenous People that's been declared by the United Nations. People are enacting it, except so-called black people in America, African Americans in America, Negroes in America. These Moors who are supposed to teach, they're not teaching. Only one or two, maybe 4 or 5, I don't know all of them. Sabir Bey, Taj Tariq Bey. We got people like, they're not Moors, but they are people who are much like myself, or they're greater than me, like Young Elder and like Rod Hayes. And we have so many people out there doing wonderful things. Here's one guy who trains. His name is Phil Daru. Athlete next, Phil Cavalier. We have Mike Rashid. We got Black Magic, who put together a beautiful assembly of people with Dr. Phil Valentine, Billy Carlson, and another brother, I can't pronounce his name, but shouts out to Rod Hayes and Black Magic for putting that together. We need the same thing with the sisters to do that thing. We need the pride. Assemble the pride. Multiracial sisters. We got to drop this racial thing because there's only one species on the planet. Well, there's many species on the planet, but there's only one thing on the planet that we all need, that we all are, and it is life. We need life and we are life. Life is always and we are eternal. There's no such thing as death. Only the passing of this physical frame into what we really are. And you children, as you dream, as you have your visions, talk to your parents about them. Talk to your parents about what goes on in the school so that you may change it for better. There's no reason why transgender people and gay people, lesbian people cannot teach. They have talent and they can teach. And none of them are very good people. Maybe we don't agree with the way they live their lives. But who are we to judge them? I met one guy long ago. His name was Frank. When I worked at a coffee shop on Petrini on Fulton and Masonic in San Francisco. And I asked him why he would always, what he did. And he told me that he works with minority children, especially black children. And I asked him why. And he said, well, I don't push my preferences on them, but they know what I am. And they ask me, and I tell them, but I tell them it's your choice. He tells them he doesn't put his lifestyle on them. He doesn't encourage it, but he helps them because he sees that they need more help than everybody. And he's right. Other people from outside of our culture, that people who look like me, will not help themselves. My own family will not join with me on certain land products that we can claim under the American Declaration of Rights for Indigenous People. We have a right to claim land here in San Francisco and anywhere on this planet. We can claim. We want to build these lands up so that you can grow food, be self-sustaining communities that link up with each other, and we can trade goods with each other. We can barter our skills and talents to put on entertainment shows promoting culture. Now, here's one thing about you people in Deutschland. You have to understand the actions that were taken by Hitler in the past. Hitler took upon himself to be tagged as an evil person because of what the German people were facing. They were facing, and all pale-skinned people were facing, a cultural backlash of being some people who have not established a culture, who have not established civilization. In order to be a civilization on this planet, you have to be on the planet living in harmony with it for 10,000 years. The so-called pale-skinned people have not been on this planet 10,000 years to establish that. In this time, we have people who have been here for millennia, for millions and billions of years. We were here before the dinosaurs. We were here before there was dinosaurs. That means everybody, every life form, every conscious life form, not animals so much, but humanoid life form was here. And I mean here on this plane of existence. We were not spirits. We were not souls. We were definitely not flesh and blood, but we were more than soul, more than spirit. We were conscious, but we were individually set upon. We have an explosion like the Big Bang. The Big Bang was an idea of consciousness, like, pow, let me create life in all different forms, and let me see how this life will manifest and recreate itself and evolve. I want to see it. And these particles of consciousness fractaled into the many aspects of life that we see here that are multidimensional and multifaceted and endless and eternal. And we can explore each one of them. This is what has been held back. Your creative imagination. Do not let it be stifled. Mine was stifled because of the educational system that was geared to make us docile, unintelligent, and to fight amongst ourselves. But for a reason, for us to overcome. I'm choosing to overcome it by doing this vlog because I know I'm going to be shadow banned. YouTube shadow bans me. Facebook, Twitter, all the mediums shadow ban. The Moors won't return any emails. I try to reach out with them. My family won't even return emails or posts that I do for them. But that's okay. It's for a reason, because I'm supposed to do what I'm doing now. I am rautib. And this is my public notice to each and every person in authority. God, entity, deity, anything that claims authority. I'm doing this to show you children that you can emancipate yourself from a corrupt system because of the birth certificate that was drawn up in your name, that is a warehouse receipt to commit you to slavery. That's a fraud. You have a right as children to bring legal action against the United States and your parents for being conned into the fraud of placing your existence on the NASDAQ to make money for the corporation. But there's a reason why this is done. It's done this way because the corporation has been put into a situation where the people who are pale skinned have been degraded because of their pale skin, because of blonde hair and blue eyes is being recessive by others who are bullying them. This is a cultural thing. This is done for centuries, and it's not right to do. I've bullied children in the past, and I thought to myself, in bullying them afterwards, I don't like it if it was me. So I did try to apologize to the children that I bullied, and I met them in years past. I did apologize for bullying them, and they told me it was okay, and I told them, no, it's not. It's not okay. It's not right. It hurts. It hurts that my children are connected, and that the mothers don't love me because I love them. It hurts that my family doesn't listen to what I'm trying to explain to them that we should do, not just for ourselves, but for all life. But we have to do this together. I can't do it alone. I'm only a signpost pointing the way, and anything can do that. Now, I never really had a dad because of certain MK Ultra but Operation Butterfly operations that went on is everywhere still going on. These things went on and they happened for a purpose. They have a reason. You children get to why, and you'll find that it was done just so that we can get back to our state of what we really are and what we're really supposed to be. And we are past that now. But we don't realize that the real thing to help is love. Truth and love will heal. If you look to see the reasons why people do the things they do, you'll find that it's because of a lot of pain within them. What upsets me and hurts me is sufferation, because I've suffered a lot. I don't even want to see an enemy suffer. I also say that we should also not rejoice in the enemy being killed. Dr. Malachi York said in his teaching that even if you kill an enemy in battle, you should pay for that enemy and his family because he took a life that you didn't give. We don't have the right to take life. We should ask a plant before we pick it, permission to do so. We should ask an animal before we kill it to eat it. And we shouldn't even have to kill to eat. We should be on a different level. We should be beyond the rocket, the wheel, these prejudices, how can I put it, these stupidity that we're under, that we choose to be under. Well, I'm trying to break that train. I have a passport, a world's government passport, under rautib the World Citizen Corporation, I guess. I want to be more than a citizen. I only chose that so I can have something to identify myself with to the mortals here. I'm not a citizen of the United States. I'm not a citizen of the world. I'm a galactical child, as you are, as we all are. We are in the midst of a federation, a galactic federation. We should be accepted into it. We have to be doing it as a group. I can't evolve with you the way you are, the way these things are going. So I have to separate myself and establish myself with this public notice that's going to hit the ethers, the higher levels. It won't be stifled. It's being done on the solstice, the winter solstice. Every word I say is true, and I feel it, and I mean it, and know it to be right. I am rautib, the original unshakable, organic, Amaruikam. I'm one, culture of one, a tribe of 1 trillion and more cells, who all are conscious and who have the light of consciousness, the eternal consciousness are within my cells, which constitute as a community, a tribe. They're governed by Allah, the law I choose that governs my existence, my being. I'm not a person. I'm not a humanoid. I'm a being of light. And I'm more than flesh, more than spirit, more than soul. I am. You are fire, water, air, and earth. We are all these in one. This is why we house entities that have, in spirit so-called, inhabit us, our vessels, to experience the physical existence. We may get influenced by them, but we have our own inner mechanisms that guide us towards tranquility and love and respect. And we must maintain that to show these entities, spirits, gods, and other beings that we, as beings, can maintain this and exhibit it at all times. I never wanted my children to go through the problems that I've gone through. That's why I always fought and was aggressive in trying to force a way that they may go over the speed bumps. They may speed over the bumps that I've gone through and the pitfalls that I've endured. I've always tried to do this. I have failed in many points. I am tired of failure. I am seeking success. I am going to relieve myself of this burden. I am going to relieve myself of this weight on my heart in dealing with those I love who refuse to see what is in front of them. The system has to go down. No, the people within it who are navigating it for their own selfish purposes must be removed, brought to justice, and everybody who has done wrong to other people must and will answer for it. Me as well. And I'm ready today, right now, to face your judgment. Anybody, any God, any galactical council, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I don't want to be here with people who vote and pay taxes for destruction happening all other places and see it happening and continue to vote and pay taxes to these individuals who continually do the same thing. Donald Trump showed you what America was, what the United States Service Corporation is all about. He showed you. He's trying to get us out of that. Little do you know. You generals out there who are real generals, you guys got the brains, you know. All you innovators, no matter what color your skin is, no matter where you come from, you know. We have empty space. Here's a solution to homelessness and hopelessness and will help society everywhere. We have refugee camps where you can take those refugee camps, this flat area, and clear that area out, make platforms, bring in these folding homes. They fold up, they're prefabricated homes, and these folding kitchens. You could bring them in, install them all over the place. Any open parking lot can be converted into a living village. You can link these villages up. The people in Aleppo, the people in Croatia, all the people who live in those war-torn countries. I see the people in India, the people who have adopted a matriarchy system in certain tribes, and now they're prospering. The women have to come alive and be women, and the men have to support them, clearing the way so the women can plant the fields. Because they got the power. They're supposed to do this. The women, all you females with your hair and nails, just go to the side. You'll eventually, you want to be lazy, you'll eventually be faded out. All you guys out there with your little, I don't know what your problem is, you ain't men. But you want to go out there and play that role, go right ahead. I'm not talking about you homosexuals, you lesbians and all that. I'm talking about you people who just don't want to do anything. Another thing, we should have a pride celebration. It's been circumvented by a group of people or a community who claim to be proud to be gay, proud to be this. They're proud of who they are. Everybody should be proud of who they are. Okay? We got these prefabricated homes that fold up. You can put about what? They can be put up in a day with a folding kitchen inside them, ready to rock. That can be done. That can be done so easily. The children, listen to me. Forgive if I've offended anybody. I apologize. But let me show you, because of what we could do that we will not do. We could clean the air up by not using cars, by using bicycles, by using electrical vehicles. The corporation showed you this. They showed you this. You don't need to get shots. That's not right. When she said she had to go, I was sad. See, we've had this cultural bullying. That's what made this so-called Holocaust, stuff like that. We have so much potential. We can make things better for everybody, not just one race or this group and not the other group, but for everybody. Everybody has to benefit, not just one group. Everybody. All life must be respected. Getting back to the bullying is what led to the Holocaust. Let me explain it to you. People who have culture look down on those who don't have it. People who live in castles look down on those who don't have them. They bullied them. These people who are out without came to being. Succumb those who are oppressing them. Just think, Hitler. If Adolf Hitler was allowed to be an artist, and just think what would happen if he was allowed to play baseball. Just think if a certain race of people who are so-called creative, let's just say that, evolve on their own and to maintain their own culture within their own confines the way they wanted to do. Just think where they would be without any interference from anybody inflicting their will upon them, so-called superior will. Can't do that anymore. So this is rautib, the original, unshakable, organic, Amaru Khan. Okay? Amaru Khan, the original being. In the Queen Khalifa territory of Khalifa, California. Auf Wiedersehen. Assalamu alaikum. And sayonara to my people in Japan. There's another thing. Japan is the only country that has really made a social claim towards the bullying. We got to stop that. We all should live as beings, but our own characteristics and wills, because it's a free will universe. Enjoy your free will, children. Take advantage of your free will, because your free will and your creative imagination is the keys to your ascension, and we all have to ascend together. I thank you, and may you all find your path and your own truths. Thank you.